sorry that. Bad spell. Hello, welcome to another movie review here on my channel. Today we're going to look at Divergent. A teenage drama basically set in the, well, in a futuristic world, apocalyptic. Yeah. There are a lot of them nowadays basically. You have the Hunger Games, the Maze Runner and Divergent. I think all of those three is actually running as franchises at this moment. Yes. Anyway, Divergent. The main story is basically that the Divergent word basically means that you are not, you're basically not, what can you say, destined to be in a specific faction. In this apocalyptic world, all the people in the city is basically divided in factions, depending on, well, your personality and everything. It is basically what can I say, the smart ones, the learn, I can't remember, the brave ones, I can't remember all the names, but it is basically they are divided in factions that is depending on their minds and their basic personality. We will see this girl and this man in the brave faction, basically. That is the main faction that we're going to watch during this movie. We will see how she struggles through this for the first time. For the first time she is in there, and see how the brave faction actually turns out to be. In the beginning, you thought basically thinks, well, they gave you basic hints that she's going to showstone because every time these brave guys, they basically teenagers that is running around having fun, and the fashion she's in is just boring. That is the nice word of it, basically. I think it was every year, some teenagers, I can't remember how this rule actually sounds, but a lot of these young adults is basically choosing which faction they're going to be in. You can choose the faction that you have your family in, which they usually suspect, but sometimes you can also choose another faction if you want to, which is democracy. I don't know. Democratic. And yeah, she chose the brave faction, or I can't remember if that is the actual name, sorry if I'm telling you wrong. And now her worst trials is basically ahead. She is trying to fit in, because she isn't that strong, she is kind of weak, but after some time she's basically getting a lot stronger in her mind and in, well, body strength as well. But before you actually choose your faction, you go into a test. The test, they give you a test. You take a test to see which faction you actually that your mind is basically belonging to, but you don't have to choose it. Her test, where basically she didn't belong to any faction, and she is now a Divergent. Divergents is, well, in this world they actually killed them, or they are just homeless people in the city's streets, which is kind of weird, but anyway, they are either killed or homeless, the Divergents. She hires it and is trying to fit in. Her first, well, missions or trials, she actually succeeds. She is one of the top 30 that is actually moving forward. In the second trial, they are actually going into mines and they give them hallucinations or anything that is going to show them trials of their biggest fears, basically. They shall conquer their biggest fears. And she is conquering them kinda fast and not the way that the brave faction is actually doing it. Because of that, she's trying to train so that she is actually solving them as a brave person from the brave faction, which is kind of great sometimes. And of course, during this movie we see something conspiracy happening, and the Brave faction is basically being controlled by learned people, and is going to kill or dismantle the leaders of this city. But of course these two characters that is on the front is Divergent, and they don't get the drug. The drug doesn't, what is it called, affect them. The drug that is given to the brave ones isn't affecting them, and they basically trying to save some people. It doesn't succeed. They get caught. They try to kill them, but they break through and basically run into a rebellion group, because the main love interest is getting caught. She is going after them, and the end bit is basically they taking away this drug from the brave people, disarmoring it or whatever, disabling it, and saving the love interest, and they are going to the big wall that is basically surrounding the city, and there it ends. See you in the next movie, basically. Overall, I think the effects and environments are amazing in this movie. When it comes to the storyline, it is up and down, but decent. I haven't read the books that these movies are going to be based on, but I think it was a decent storyline and a decent movie, basically. The acting can, as always, be up and down, but overall it is kind of decent and really interesting to follow this character and see they actually grow when they are in the Brave faction. But of course there are some rotten eggs here and there, but overall it is a decent acting in this movie. Overall this movie can be kinda slow sometimes. Even if it has some action, it is a kinda slow movie. Sometimes I actually like slow movies, but this time it was sometimes a little bit too slow. When it comes to the apocalyptic world, it doesn't explain a lot. They just say that outside this wall there are bad things, and that is basically it. In the city everything is good, but if the faction is actually faction rules or whatever breaks, everything become chaos, basically. That is basically the apocalyptic. Anyway, you know what it means. What I mean. Thing, yeah. But overall, this is a decent movie, and the rating for this movie are going to be a 6.5 out of 10. As I say, it is decent acting, decent story, great effects, but the storyline isn't explained that much, and when it comes to the acting, it can be some rotten eggs that is basically bringing this movie down to this level. Yeah. That's all for today, folks. We'll do this next time. Bye.